Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to RQ Table Talks. Yes, we're so excited.
I know. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, Happy New Year.
We're glad to be back in 2026.
Yes. So, for those who are just joining us, I am Dr. Marcya Burden Tiggs. I'm one of your co-hosts, and next to me, I have the lovely...
I am Pastor Kimberly, and I am your other co-host.
Yes, and we're super excited that you've joined us in 2026. We can't wait, and so... We're just ready. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's get it.
Let's get it. What's good, church?
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
And we're back. Yes. We're back with our segment called What's Good, Church? And for those of you all who may be new to this podcast in the new year, What's Good, Church is where we talk about all things church related, and how that intersects with us in our real life, right? So today we're talking about Christian women in the public eye. So listen, 2025 couldn't even get out the door real good before we had some controversy because one of our, I won't call her a sister pastor, but Pastor Bryant, he's a very well-known pastor. His wife, Dr. Kari Bryant, they went out to a New Year's Eve event and she had on this dress. Now, she got body yaddy, all right? She got body yaddy. So she has on this dress and she looks very beautiful. And the internet went crazy saying that she was dressed inappropriately. It was not what a pastor's wife should wear. It wasn't what a Christian woman should wear. It was like I wouldn't call it low cut, but it was a sleeveless ball gown with like black, just Google it, okay? But it looked sheer, but it wasn't actually sheer. The fabric underneath was like a nude color fabric, so it just blended in with her skin. So everybody's like, I'm talking about think pieces, paragraph long, dissections and all kinds of attacks on her character, attacks on his ministry, all because his wife wore a dress to a New Year's Eve event that was not church related. It was a party, a celebration, and they didn't like it. He liked it. He said his wife looked good. She was beautiful. She was fine. And he actually defended it in his New Year's sermon. He was just talking about like, that's my wife. And as a husband, I should like what I see when I look at my wife, and that's my business. Right. And everybody was like, okay, that's your business, but should we like what we see when we look at your wife?
Correct.
And so there's all this controversy about what Christian women should wear. To the degree where, people are just, it's a whole internet argument. And, our question is just talking about like, what is appropriate for public attire, right? Now, I am of the mindset of we should not be policing what women wear, right? That's my personal opinion. Only because we just have no clue. You have no clue what people have in their closet. You have no clue what people have available. And not everybody puts it together, right? I bet you I might make the internet mad, but I bet you if a frail woman with just a slenderness about her wore that same dress, nobody would have said a word. But because she's very voluptuous and the dress actually her curves and her body, I think it just set the internet in an uproar. And I don't know. I just feel like we do things culturally and make things across the board for everybody. If you go to an Indian party, they're gonna wear saris with their waist out and their bellies low. If you go to Hawaii, they're gonna greet you with leis and coconut tops and little grass skirts, and no one's gonna be like, oh, that she's so inappropriate, because it's appropriate for whatever that culture is. And so I just think that yes, there is a certain level of modesty that we do have to uphold, right? But I don't think a Christian woman has to be in a turtleneck and dresses down to their ankles to be appropriate.
First off, folks, we understand that Pastor Matt is very passionate. She just gave us a mini sermonette on how to dress
I did not.
as a woman. No, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with her. So just for fun, I'm going to throw the other side in.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Honestly, this is a gripe of mine that people say, well, I'm a pastor or I'm a pastor's wife, but I'm human and I have another life. That's true. You do have another life and you are human. Praise God, because all of us are human. But sometimes the responsibilities that come along with accepting the assignment, accepting the calling, marrying someone with the calling and assignment upon their lives that put them in an atmosphere of whatever, whether it be conservatism, whether it be liberalism, because every church is not turtlenecks. There are some churches where if you wore a dress or a suit to church, they're looking at you crazy because they only wear jeans.
Right.
And they only wear t-shirts, right? So I think that when it comes to what she wore, she had a choice, but I think that she made that choice in what she wanted to wear with no qualms or concerns really about whatever everybody else thought about it. Here's the issue that I have, though. The issue that I have from the other aspect of it is that when you are in certain positions, you're given passes. So as the first lady, as the bishop's wife, the pastor's wife, you know, it's okay for her to wear something that may be what people consider risque, or some that may say is fashionable. But then on the flip side of it, for that young woman or that woman who wears that, they're ostracized by everybody. They come up in the sermon too to say, you need to stop tempting us as ministers of men of God. You know, you need to be careful about what you wear. So it's like, well, how come when it's your wife or the first lady or a person in the public eye wears something that may be what others consider revealing, risque, or whatever, it's fine. But then when I do it, I'm going to hell, fire, and brimstone. So I get it. And then you just have those people who just feel that certain things are just not appropriate. Yeah. They feel like when you are a pastor's wife, you are to dress as such. You're not supposed to reveal, as you said, your body, yada yada, right? You're not supposed to do these things. You're supposed to come with a conservative look because of the role that you're playing, and you're being, as people like to say, a role model. So what do you say to that side of the coin? And by the way, this is not personal opinion. This is more so just to have both sides of the conversation, and that's what we're going to be doing in 2026. We want you all to have conversations. We want this is a dialogue. We want you to have a dialogue, and we want to try to get all aspects of the story, all aspects of opinion. So what do you say to that?
So to that, I would just say, I don't know, it's 2026. Drink water and mind your business. I do hear what you're saying. And I give this example all the time, especially like to my students who are like, why can't we wear crop tops and why can't we? And I'm like, okay, if you work at Target, you wear a red shirt. Right. That is the dress code for Target. Right. If you need a job and Target is hiring and you get hired by Target and you need to pay your bills, guess what you're going to do? Wear that red shirt, right? And if you can't be like, well, I got this job at Target, but I'm allergic to red, and so I'm going to wear a blue shirt. You're going to be fired because that is part of what you've signed up to do, right? So I think there's a certain level of understanding the assignment, right? Understanding, like you said, this is the role I've stepped into. This is what comes with that role. If I work in construction, I got to wear a hard hat and one of them yellow vests. Even if I don't like the color yellow, it's what keeps me safe, right? So when I'm in ministry or when I'm in a leadership position, I understand that I'm ministering to a large demographic of people. And if I'm honest, it is very hard to find that middle ground, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And then if you got body, it's even harder, because what is a regular pair of jeans to one person hugs every curve for somebody else, right? And so I just think that giving it to God and minding our business is the best way to go. But apparently, and I just found this out last week, there's a whole video of me online because I wore ripped jeans on a dress down Sabbath on the stage, and they felt like I had stirred up the wrath of God because I had on jeans, and that the holiness is right, women shouldn't wear pants, and God is going to be very angry with me. And I mean, it's a whole thing, and I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Because I had on ripped jeans. The same Sabbath I had on the ripped jeans, we were serving 500 of our members went out in the community to serve the community. And you're mad because I had on ripped jeans?
Yeah.
So I guess for me, like, I feel like we focus on the wrong things. And I think if we switch our focus, I think that will help a lot. But also I want us to be careful about making another person's temptation a woman's responsibility.
Woo! Oh, okay. We got to say we're gonna save that for another one, because that's we can go down.
Yeah,
we can go. I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Now, personally, for me, I'm here. Mm-hmm. You knew what you were doing when you put on that dress. Mm-hmm. You knew that you wanted to put on that dress and all things that come with it. And so this is what came with it.
Yeah.
The backlash came with it, you know, and your husband is standing up for you. So if you don't want people to be in your business and put you online, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't set yourself up, right?
Yeah.
But I also agree. I'm sorry. I'm not wasting my time condemning this lady on what she's wearing. However, I don't want your husband in his sermon talking about me when I have on my body dress as well.
There you go.
So on
Okay.
that, what's good, church? Let us know. What do you all think about this? What side of the coin you're on? And also remember, judge not lest you be judged.
That part.
So we're going to get into the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Yes, we are back. Yes, hopefully you're enjoying 2026. 2025, we said we're coming in hot. I think 2026, we're coming in real.
Real, very real.
Real and raw, right?
And relevant.
We're going to have those conversations that nobody else wants to have online. And so with that being said, in the real world, we talk about things that are actually happening in our society, in our world today. And one of the things that's happening right now is it's tax season.
It's tax season.
It is tax season. And this year is really, really, really interesting because we have this, as they deemed it last year, and I sigh because it's not this at all, but big beautiful bill is actually a big mess.
It is.
And what's so interesting always about a Trump era presidency is that there's this sense of falsehood where you think that it's good. It has the look of good, right? But the end there of it is not.
The appearance of good.
It has the appearance of good, but it's evil, right? So what's always appearing good is in the area of taxes. I will declare and decree, I hear this all the time from clients, from different people. When Trump is in his office, I make more money during his presidency. Do you really?
Do you really?
But when we look at tax, these are some of the ways that people feel like they make more money. Like right now, the credit for having children going up, right? The credit for being older is going up and needing care, that's going up, you know? So all of these different things are going up. But then the real question is, how do I navigate this? So for you, Pastor Matt, because I could talk about this all day, this is what I do, is taxes a big deal for you? Do you believe in returning your taxes?
Absolutely. Do I believe in it? Listen, I'm not finna catch no charges, okay? You're not about to have me on a Diddy raid with the feds coming in my house looking through my, I make sure I handle my business. Now, it is a little bit more challenging because I'm a pastor, I'm clergy, and there's some more nuances there. So, which is why I always say, if taxes make you nervous, get somebody else to do them, right?
Yes.
For years, I did my taxes on TurboTax because it was easy. I had my one little W-2. I put in my numbers and got my money back, right? But now that I have dependents, I have children, I do consulting, all of these things involve, listen, the one thing I will say is that the people who know how to do taxes, they know how to do things that us sometimes as African Americans, as people of minority, we don't know. We don't know the loopholes. We don't know the advantages. We don't know that the other things that if you write this off, that benefits you here. If you do this in the year, it helps you over here. And we don't get a lot of those things. So I go to a tax professional, okay? I am not trying to figure that out on my own because, baby, listen, I want all of my benefits. I need all of them dependents, okay? So I just think for me, if it feels overwhelming, outsource. That's just the easy way to do it. I mean, we even see example in Jesus in the Bible. There was the tax collector. He owed some taxes, and Jesus was like, "Take that fish, open his mouth, get the money out, go pay your taxes." So Jesus even advocates for us to handle our financial responsibilities to the government. And truth be told, especially a lot of our watchers or viewers are young adults. When you mishandle your taxes, it can affect you later on to buy a house. It can affect you later on for different things. Like in Alabama right now. There is a scholarship for kids who, if your parents pay their taxes. So there are some benefits, I think, to paying taxes. But like you said, what you think is, I'm going to get this $8,000 check, turns around later on and it can hurt you.
So a lot of times what people don't understand is really not a benefit. You already gave that. You already rendered unto Caesar
it back.
What was Caesar's. So it's just you getting back what you had already rendered. The extra taxes that you pay in childcare, how that childcare bill went up. You like, I used to only have to pay $400 for daycare. Now daycare is $650.
$1,273.
Yes. So you get the point, right? Those property taxes where 1 minute we're paying $300, the next minute now it's $3,000, right? All of these things, you're actually getting back what you've put in, but people don't understand that.
They don't understand that. But the other part of that is doing things like when you put your money in your 401k versus putting money into an investment or whatever. I mean, those are some of the loops that I feel like if I would have known these things in my 20s, listen, I would be moving a little different now, you know what I'm saying? And so I think those are things that the world can have their own big, beautiful bill. I feel like there needs to be a special class just for young adults, teaching them where to put their money. So that one, like there's money you can put in a college fund now that is taxed. They can't touch it. They can't tax it. Correct. When your parents pass away or people pass away, if they put that money in this kind of account, it's not taxable. If they leave it in this account, it is. So I think those are some of the different ways where we can benefit from understanding the tax system.
I will say this for free.
Go ahead, give out some free advice.
The Bible tells us it's better to give than to receive. That's literal. Like, it's literally better to give than to receive, okay? So I'm not talking about, Pastor Matt, everybody thinks, I return my tithe. I'm not talking about that. I said give. Give is not what's required of you. We're required to return 10% to God. Giving is not capped. He does not cap at giving. So giving means paying off that child's tuition at the academy, even though they're not related to you. Giving means when Kicks for Kids come around, donating, that you buy several shoes. Why? Because you can write this off, and they can't take from you what is not considered something that you're spending as an income. See, a lot of times we get extra and we want to pump it back into the economy by spending. When you get extra, I want to challenge you all to give, okay? When you get extra, give. That will help you in the long run, especially in this tax season. Man. All right. That's all you got.
Yeah, that's good.
That's all you got today. You know, for the rest of it, you had to pay for my services.
You got to pay her, okay?
No, but
I heard 1099. Come on.
You better know your code. Okay, that's good. Well, she says she's an entrepreneur at best and at her best and a pastor. So she knows all of it. But yeah, that was our real world.
Yeah.
Taxes. Make sure you file your taxes first. It will mess up your credit and everything else. Render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God. And give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Okay. Now we're about to get all the way in our feelings.
Here we go.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
All right, y'all.
We're back. We're back with In My Feelings. Now, listen, we just got out of the holiday season. Well, the major holiday season.
Yes.
And before we even get good out of Christmas and New Year's, we're about to roll into Valentine's Day.
Before we go on, though, y'all, can the stores, this is a PSA for the stores, can I enjoy Christmas?
Right, can I pack up my ornaments?
Can I enjoy Christmas? Like, actually, before Christmas, before you start putting out Valentine stuff.
Please.
What in the world? Okay, continue.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we know that now as we move into the new year, you got Valentine's Day, you got Sweetest Day, you got all these little, Sweetest Day is a whole thing.
Oh, Galentine's,
yes, all these different things, right? And so, as we move into the new year, some people have started New Year's with new bays, new relationships, right? So I guess the question is, like, at what stage do you start buying gifts? Like, when does the significant other get added to the gift giving list, right? You go into the store, you're like, oh, I just got this person's number. Oh, I see this thing that they like, or they told me they like, I should get them something. Or, hey, we've been dating for a year, and listen, I'm not giving nobody gifts until you my girlfriend, until you my wife, until you're my fiance.
I wish a man would take up my time for an entire year and not even give me a Valentine's Day gift. Run.
You said run.
Unless you don't care about that. Now, in all honesty, I think one aspect that we don't really talk about when we talk about gifts is love languages.
Yes.
So for some people, they don't really care about gifts. Some women and men, they're like, I don't want a gift. Like, that does nothing for me. I want you to tell me that I'm beautiful and I love. But then you have other people that gifts is their love language. So they come out the gate buying, giving, doing. That's how they're loving on you. So I think that's relevant when we talk about that. But let's say that everybody likes gifts and we're good with that. Now, men, be careful. Around this time, don't be trying to like slide in the DMs and be doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing that's not Christian. Don't be doing all of that. Be careful, right? Be careful what you're sowing.
Yeah, that part. Okay.
The seeds that you're sowing, if you know that come Valentine's Day, you're not trying to do nothing.
Yeah.
At all. I just think that's wrong personally.
That part, right. Y'all been texting every day. Y'all been talking every day. I definitely think having these conversations like really up, like don't wait until February 13th and be like, so are we doing gifts? Don't do that. Because then you're setting yourself up for some disappointment, right? But I do think that asking the person, like, does gifts matter to you? Do you like to get gifts? I think
that's so cute.
I think it's very honest, it's very upfront, because then you know what the expectation is. So often we get our feelings hurt because we assume the expectation without actually asking what the expectation is, right? So girls are like, I want 12 dozen roses and a teddy bear and candles lit. And she just got this whole thing. She got a whole Pinterest board of how she wants her holiday or Valentine's or gift giving to go. And he like, yeah, so here go this bag, you know what I mean? And now her feelings are hurt. She's mad at him. He's like, I did something. What are you mad about? All of it was not a conversation. So I think just having a conversation about it. But I do think you should not be buying someone who you are flirting with diamonds, pearls, necklaces, expensive gifts. They are a flirtationship. If they are a flirtationship, They are a situationship. There's no titles. We just out here. I think that you need to save your money.
Well,
because
if you're trying to get to the next level,
I guess. But my thing is,
saying, that helps now.
But people spend so much money investing in things that they're not actually invested in.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
now, if you spend it from that side, yes. But if you are, I really do think, if you are, in the I like them phase,
yes.
I'm really interested in them, don't be creepy with the whole, the Lord said. Because some people take that the wrong way. But sometimes the Lord will tell you, but you got to be careful who you tell that to. But if you're trying to get to that next step, Valentine's Day gifts might help you going over the bridge to say, oh, yes, we are now exclusive. Like, I really, really like you. But again, to your point earlier, it depends on who the female
absolutely
is. Also, though, I'm not mad at the males and females. Y'all putting in time.
Yeah.
Texting, talking, going out, looking cute, getting ready. You deserve a gift. So if you want one, I'm not mad at y'all. And if you want gifts from different people, I ain't mad at that either. You know?
You want gifts from different people. So here's my thing. As long as if we doing gifts from different people, that need to be both across the board. Like,
that's fair.
That's fair. You can. So I remember back at Oakwood, there used to be a whole thing where like around Valentine's Day, we would have, you could do letters and flowers. You could have someone pass around candy grams.
Yep.
All of this
and teddy
stuff.
grams and all that. Yeah.
Okay, so if he brought 5 girls candy grams, go buy you 5 men some candy grams. Like, I just feel like let's be an equal opportunity gift giver. You know what I mean? Like, let's not, like, if you want gifts from multiple men, then he needs to be okay. It needs to be okay for him to give gifts to multiple women, right?
Okay.
So I think that's a thing. But also, they say February 14th is for lovers and February 15th is for side pieces. So like February 14th is where you give the gift to the person that you like. And then whatever time is left after that, if you don't hear from the person on the 14th, but you hear from them on the 15th, just know you the side piece. Like you are the sub gift and not the actual gift.
Okay. Now here's another issue that I've experienced before. Guys, if you just trying to be my friend, don't be giving me elaborate gifts as my friend. And then I'm thinking that you're trying to be more than my friend. And then you be like, no, I was just doing that because you're a friend and I didn't want you to not have a gift on Valentine's. No,
we don't need to do all that.
If you're going to do all of that, you need to say that. Don't be, and when I say elaborate, I mean, like I'll never forget in school, I had one guy, he went all out, y'all. Gift cards, roses, teddy bear. He had the messages sent, all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, he likes me. Good thing for me, I wasn't like liking him like that to get my feelings hurt. And then afterwards, he was like, yeah, because people were making a big deal about it. They're like, you sent Marcya all this stuff. He was like, yeah, I sent a couple of other people too because I didn't want them to not have anything on Valentine's Day. First of all, pause. How did you know whether I was getting something from anybody or not?
Right.
What he didn't know is I actually was talking to somebody for real that actually did give me a gift, but that was none of his business. So guys, don't, just because you assume that your female friends are not talking about it and you want to give them.
Yes.
Let's keep it 100 as to the premise behind. Even if you want to do flowers, you want to do something nice for them, you need to make it very clear and not have all of these rumors and assumptions going around, and then the girl gets embarrassed because you're like, I don't even really like her like that. I'm just her friend. I did that for everybody. Yes. Like, you need to make that up front, because honestly, I think that was a lie. I think that sometimes guys be trying to shoot their shot and they don't know who is actually going to respond to it. So they want to keep it on the friends basis because they don't want their feelings hurt. But had I actually progressed in that situation and say, oh, he really liked me.
He'd have meant that. I agree with that. I will never forget, there was a guy who was, we were just friends, but he was interested in me, and he left irises or like lilies or something on my windshield with flowers. And at the time, I hated flowers because they die. And lilies specifically, when they die, they leave this yellow powder over everything. And so it was yellow pollen, and I have terrible allergies. So I'm taking them off my car, and I'm just sneezing, my nose is running, my eyes are itching, and I want to throw them things in the trash so bad. Don't get me roses. And then he was like, I wanted to get you these because I knew you liked them. No, you didn't. I don't like these. If you actually knew me, you know I like tulips. You know what I'm saying? So I think that when you're just getting to know somebody, keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it simple, keep it generic, unless you have specifically discussed that, oh, I like this thing, or oh, like that is not the time to be like, I think I should get them an engraved portrait of their deceased grandmother. Like, don't do that. Like, just keep it simple, keep it cool.
Yeah, I agree. Don't be doing the most, y'all. It's okay though. I have no problem if you're friends and you're of the opposite sex. I have no problem with you, expressing your love of this friendship and gifts and stuff. I think that's fine. Let's just, to your point, Pastor, everybody, let's be on the same page.
Yeah.
All right. And if you're using this holiday to get somewhere, then that's fine. But we got to do a part two, because we didn't even get to the fact that if you in a relationship or engaged or even married, like we're both married, is it the rule to still continue on during marriage?
And who should get the gift? Like, should just, like on Valentine's Day, should just a man get his wife or a girlfriend a gift? Is it required that women return the gift? Because I see a lot of that on social media now, where like men are getting their girlfriends all these gifts and the girls are like, I got you, me.
Oh boy, Pastor Matt loves starting
real quick. It's real.
Pastor Matt loves starting these fires, man.
Yes.
I tell you. But come in, we're here, 2026. Stick with us, and we look forward to you on another episode of RQ Table Talks, where we keep it real,
where we keep it relevant,
and where we keep it raw. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.